Hello children, today we are going to see new chapter in science, that is chapter 16. It's about garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so in this lesson let us learn about what is waste, types of waste, methods of waste management, steps to reduce waste, plastic a boon or curse. So, children, we know that we generate a lot of waste in our daily activities. We throw away things that we do not need. We often throw things without thinking and even buy things that we do not need. Waste need to be reduced. This is possible by following the 3 R's. First, let's see what is meant by waste. Anything that is no longer useful and needs to be thrown, it is called as waste. Okay, so anything which is no longer useful and needs to be thrown away is called waste. So large amount of waste will be generated in our home, school, office and at every places. So generation of waste is natural, but it becomes problem when we throw it here and there. Okay, you must have seen waste on roadsides. It will create foul smell. Foul smell means bad smell and makes our environment look dirty. The disposal of waste is a major issue, a major problem that we will discuss in this chapter. Okay, children? Now, first we will learn about types of waste. Waste can be classified into two types. Okay, so what are the two types of waste? Biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. First, let's see what is meant by biodegradable waste. Waste that can be decomposed or broken down by the action of microorganisms like bacteria and fungi are called as biodegradable waste. From the name itself you can understand that there is an involvement of living. Bio means what? Life. Yes, there is an involvement of living organism. So the waste which can be decomposed or broken down by the action of microorganism like bacteria and fungi which is present in the soil are called as biodegradable waste. So these waste or do not harmful to the environment because it is decomposed by the action of microbes, so it is not harmful to the environment. Example for biodegradable waste are vegetable and fruit peels, animal dung, waste paper, leftover food, etc. Okay, so these are some of the examples of biodegradable waste. Now, non-biodegradable waste. Waste that cannot be decomposed or broken down by the action of microorganisms are called as non-biodegradable waste. Okay, so waste which is not decomposed by the action of microorganism are called as non-biodegradable waste. Okay, so example for non-biodegradable waste are plastics, detergents, soaps, metals, glass, pesticides, harmful chemicals which is produced from factories. Understand children? So non-biodegradable waste, it is produced due to plastic, detergent, soap or chemicals from factories which is not degradable by the action of microorganisms, so it is harmful to the environment. Okay, and they harm and pollute the environment. We can also classify the waste into three groups based on its states. Okay, so you know there are three states of matter, isn't it children? What are they? Solid, liquid and gaseous. Yes, so now waste we can classify based on the state into three groups, that is solid waste, liquid waste and gaseous waste. First, what are the examples for solid waste? Fruit and vegetable peels, pencil shavings, dried leaves, plastic bags, etc. Okay, this solid waste is commonly called as garbage. Okay, then liquid waste, the chemicals which produced from factories, then soapy water, then dirty water that goes down into the drains is called liquid waste. Now gaseous waste, the gases which is released by vehicles and by burning wood, leaves, etc. are called as gaseous waste. Nowadays, municipality in most cities and towns, they are providing two separate bins of different colors to collect these two types of waste. Okay, so we studied that there are two types of waste. What are they? Biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Okay, so now municipalities in most cities, they gave separate bins of different colors to collect the two types of waste. Okay, so blue dustbin, here you can see in this picture two color of dustbin. Yes, blue color and green color. A blue dustbin is used for collecting non-biodegradable waste like plastics, chemicals which is produced from factories, etc. Okay, and green dustbin is used for collecting biodegradable waste like dried leaves, vegetable peels, etc. Okay, now let's see methods of waste management. So disposal of waste is the biggest challenge in modern towns and cities because there is no place to dispose the waste in the cities and towns. Okay, so there are different ways to manage the waste and dispose them safely. Let us learn about that. The first method which is used to manage the waste is landfill method. A landfill is here you can see in the picture. Landfill means it is a large open low-lying area which will be present in the outskirts of the city. So it is present in the outer area of the city where the solid waste will be dumped. Okay, so it will be the low-lying area which is present outside the city where they will dump all the solid waste. So once the landfill is completely filled with the garbage, it will be covered with the soil and left as such for about 15 to 20 years so that the waste get totally decomposed. Okay, so what they will do now, once that outer area of the city full, that landfill is completely filled with the garbage, they will cover that full solid waste with the soil and left that for 15 to 20 years. So when it will be left for 15 to 20 years, the waste get totally decomposed. Many times in that landfill places itself, they will develop parks. Okay, example for that is Indra Prasada Park in Delhi. This is an example of a landfill converted to park. Okay, so they will left it for 15 to 20 years now. So above that they will develop parks. Okay, so Indra Prasada Park, which is situated in Delhi, is an example of landfill which is converted into park. Now next method is composting. Composting means conversion of solid biodegradable waste into manure. Here you can see, so they will create one pit in which they will dump the solid biodegradable waste which will be converted into pit by the action of microorganisms like bacteria. Okay, so it is the most effectless process of recycling waste. Okay, we are recycling it and we are using it as a manure. So here the pit in which the composting is done is called as compost pit. Now about composting. So compost which formed on composting is used as a manure. It is not wise to burn garbage, dry leaves, husk, etc. because they will cause air pollution. Okay, it is better to use them to make compost. Okay. Now next method is vermicompost. It is the process of preparing a compost with the help of red worms. Okay, so red worm is nothing, it is a kind of earthworm. So it is the process of preparing compost with the help of earthworms. Okay, so the garbage that is used to make compost can be used for vermicompost. Same that biodegradable waste we can compost with the help of vermicomposting method. Here this garbage will act as a food for the red worms. Okay. Then earthworms are often called as farmer's friend because they move in the soil and help to loosen the soil and increase the soil fertility by the addition of their waste or fecus to the soil. Okay. So earthworm is called as farmer's friend. Why earthworm is called as farmer's friend? Because they will move in the soil and they will loosen the soil and increase the soil fertility by the addition of their waste or figures to the soil. Understand, children? Now let's move to the steps to reduce waste. So what are the steps we can follow to reduce waste? We can follow the 3 R's method. The best way to reduce the waste is 3 R's. We should practice the 3 R's. What is that 3 R's? Reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce, reuse and recycle. What is meant by reduce? Reducing the production of waste by buying things only when you really need them. Okay, so we should reduce the production of waste by buying the things only when you need them. Then use fountain pens instead of ball pens. You know, ball pens every time it will finish fast. Yes, but if you are using instead of ball pens, if you are using fountain pens, it's good to reduce waste. Then one of them, use both the sides of paper. Then remember, the most way to manage garbage is by reducing its production. Next is reuse. Reusing old items to make new things. Example, we can reuse small jars and bottles to keep stuff in the kitchen. Then we can reuse plastic bags and bottles. Then use old clothes to make handkerchiefs, dusters, etc. Okay, so that we can reduce the production of waste by reusing the old items to make new things. Recycling things on your own or with the help of government agency. It helps in reducing waste. For example, give old glasses, plastic and aluminium cans for recycling to produce new things. Okay, so recycling means by our own also we can do, or by the help of government agency also we can. So we can give old glasses, plastic and aluminium cans for recycling to produce new things. Then use kitchen waste to make manure by composting. So we can ourselves, the kitchen waste which generated in our house, we can make it as manure by composting method. Then collect sewage to produce biogas. Then paper also can be recycled because it is a biodegradable material. By recycling paper, you are saving trees, as trees are cut down to make paper. Okay, so when we are recycling paper, we are saving trees. It also helps in preventing deforestation. Deforestation means what? Cutting of trees, which is a major environmental problem. We can save paper by writing on both sides of paper sheets, making a new notebook from unused pages of the old notebooks. Now, plastic, a boon or curse. Plastic also become a part of our life. We use many things made of plastics: buckets, pens, bottles, bags, containers, etc. Indeed, life seems difficult without plastic. Yes, in nowadays, without plastic, we cannot live like that. It's very important to our daily activities. Now, plastic, a boon or curse. The use of plastic is not a problem, but the problem rises due to its excessive use. Another problem is the ignorance about the disposal of plastic waste. So, disposal of plastic waste also, it is one of the problem. Plastic also have many harmful effects. Food packed or stored in plastic bags and containers may sometimes prove to be harmful and unsafe to consume. So the food which is packed in the plastic containers, it's harmful and unsafe to consume. On being banned some type of plastics, it will release harmful gases which can cause health problems. Most plastics are non-biodegradable and their disposal will be a major environmental issue. And food thrown in plastic bags on roadsides, it is harmful to the animals that eat the bag along with the food in them. Animals may even die if the plastic bags are swallowed. So when they are eating the food, along with that only they will eat the plastic bags, so that sometimes they will die. Plastic bags, it will enter into drainage and sewage system, which will causing them to choke, resulting in overflowing of water on the roads. So these are some of the harmful effects of plastics. Now, how to minimize the overuse of plastics? When you go for shopping, carry your own cloth bag and say no to plastic bags. Do not accept stuff in plastic bags given to you by shopkeepers, and tell him and other people the ill effects of plastic, so that they also stop using them. Reuse plastic items like bottles, boxes. We can do not store eatables in plastic bags. Then do not throw plastic bags carelessly here and there. Then spread awareness in school and in your neighborhood about the ill effects of plastic by conducting campaigns and talks. So these are some of the effective method in for reusing the plastic in proper way. I hope that you all understand about this lesson. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.